Yeah. Yeah, man, I do it for the fam. Tryna put food on my table, going ham. PYT says she knows who I am.
Hey guys, what is going on? This is Mike or Geekermon bringing you another Destiny video, and today we are going to be revisiting the Stormcaller. So as you all know, I did a video called the best PvP build in Rise of Iron, and at the time it was the Stormcaller. I still think for 6s that is the very best class to run, but a couple things have changed, so I wanted to go over the class as a whole, and I'm just continuing the series of best PvP builds for everything, and we have now reached the Stormcaller. I believe we finished both the Voidwalker and the Sunsinger, so if you haven't seen those, go check them out, and I've done all 3 of the Hunters. And yes, don't worry, Titans are definitely coming up next. So first thing, I would run a shotgun. Everyone recommends if you're gonna run Stormcaller, run a shotgun for sure. They're built to use that long-ranged melee, and a shotgun best combats with that. Also, you want to max your intellect and your strength to give you as many melees as possible. Discipline, the Stormcaller grenades are some of the weakest in the game, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. As far as exotics go, everybody is running the Ophidian aspect right now. Claws of Ahamkara are good to give you 2 amazing melees. The Impossible Machines are good, the Ram is good to get max armor, and I guess Light Beyond Nemesis if you're playing Trials. Beyond that, there's not really anything. Transversive Steps are okay, but there's not really anything designed specifically for the Stormcaller that I would recommend that you run. With that, let's jump into the subclass. So first, I use the Storm Grenade. A lot of people use the Arc Bolt Grenade, but that has been nerfed pretty hard, and its range is just not great. The Seeking's not quite what it used to be, and so Storm Grenade is where I would definitely lean towards. The Glide Focused Burst allows you to Warlock Skate. I'm going to make a video on how to do that if you are not sure how, but that is the best method in PvP of moving around the map. You can hover and get up and above your opponents and make amazing plays on them. Next, we have Storm Trance. I use Ionic Blink just because, as you all know, when you're playing against someone and they blink, it makes it extremely difficult to track them, especially if they blink above you, because looking up and down in Destiny is much different than looking left and right. The way the sensitivity is designed, it's much harder to look up and down, so if you go up and over an opponent, they're going to have a hard time countering you. When it comes to Thunderstrike, I use Amplitude. It gives your melee an even greater range than the longest ranged melee in the game. So if you shotgun someone, if you're using a shotgun like my 44 Curtain Call here, and you shotgun someone and it doesn't quite kill them because you're not using a Matador, then you can hit them with this melee and they will die from a good 5 to 10 feet away. It's just an absurd amount of range. I think Triple Wreck actually made a video showing the exact amount of range, and it is just, it'll blow you away. As with most Warlocks, you want to max your armor and your recovery. When you're floating around all the time, agility does not matter too much, and so having this up doesn't really help you because you don't spend a ton of time on the ground. Okay, for this next section, you have 2 options. A lot of the very top tier players will run Pulse Wave. When you get hurt, you and your allies get a huge burst of speed, and it helps you guys survive. It helps you get out of fights. It helps you push into the enemy. There's a whole bunch of things that Pulse Wave does. The other thing that a lot of people use is Transcendence. When you cast your super with full grenade and melee energy, your Storm Trance actually heals you and takes a lot longer to cool down. This is extremely good in 6s because if you go in and you get hurt, you can go ahead and pop this, get back to full health, and then go ahead and go all the way around the map, wiping out the enemy team. The only thing that this perk does, though, is forces you to be very conservative with your grenades and your melee. So a lot of times you feel like, oh, I'm going to get my super soon, I better not use my grenade or melee, and so you miss out on a lot of kills that way. Divine Order, like I said, max that armor and recovery and you will be good to go. So when it comes to the last perk, I use Electrostatic Mind. I'll put the exact numbers up on the screen, but I know that when you have different numbers of enemies around you, your Storm Trance actually charges even quicker. This perk is extremely helpful in Trials of Osiris because you spend a lot of time with your teammates anyways, and so having this on just lets you get that super, helps you clutch the round, and really just benefits you a lot more than Arc Web or Perpetual Charge does. Perpetual Charge is probably one of the best PvE perks though, because you can always kill a small enemy with a melee and get your grenade back and then repeat the process, so you kind of have a never-ending charge. But it doesn't work that way in PvP, so with that I would stick with Electrostatic Mind. Alright guys, that's all I have for the Stormcaller. I hope this build was helpful, and I hope you get out there and kick some butt with this class. Let me know in the comments section what you guys run, and if it's a little bit different than this, I'd love to hear your ideas. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more Destiny content like this, make sure you subscribe to join the Geek Squad. Alright guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next Destiny video. Peace.
Yeah.